Good morning everyone. I welcome you all in science class students. Students, today we are going to start one new chapter, chapter number 9, and name of this chapter is reproduction in animals. So basically before explanation of this chapter, I want to tell you basically why this chapter is included in your syllabus. Since you are in your teenage and you might face several issues regarding teenage, right? And you might feel shy by sharing it with your parents, with your close ones, right? So this chapter helps you to understand why you are facing that kind of issues. So since the name of this chapter, reproduction in animals, so you have been hearing this word reproduction since in your when you were in class 4, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, right? So basically reproduction, if you split this word into two, re and produced, right? Re and production. Re means again and production means to make a copy. Like you take a copy or you take a Xerox copy, means you are producing the copies from the original one, right? You are producing the copy from the original one. That is called production, right? So if this word come in biology basically reproduction means re means again and producing means to produce, to form, right? The process by which new individual are produced from a parent organism, that is called reproduction, right? Since reproduction is not very important for the survival of life on earth, but it plays very important for the survival of any living being. We need Mr. 10. Yes, we need Mr. 10. MRTEN. M means M stand for movement, R stand for respiration, T stand for transportation, E stand for excretion, and N stand for nutrition. We need Mr. 10. Movement, respiration, transportation, excretion, and nutrition. Right? For any for survival of any living being on earth, we need Mr. 10. We don't need to reproduce, but yes, it is very necessary, right? Why it is necessary? Because of continuity of species. For the continuity of species, reproduction is important, and for maintaining the ecology balance, means to maintain our ecosystem, reproduction is important. Since like I'm a human being and I can survive on earth without reproduction, right? I don't need reproduction, but it is very important for our ecosystem. Why? Because like for the continuity of, and you know, for the continuity of species, and you know very well, if any species become extinct, what would happen? We have already discussed in chapter number 7, right? So now we are going to discuss about modes of reproduction. Modes means different type of reproduction. So we have two types of reproduction, sexual and asexual reproduction. First one is sexual and other one is asexual reproduction. There is two modes of reproduction, sexual and asexual. So in class 7th we have discussed asexual modes of reproduction. So let's have a quick recap of asexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction where only one gametes are required to produce a new individual, that is called asexual reproduction, and mostly happen in microorganisms in plants, right? In some of the plants where only one gametes are required. Now the word gamete means what? Gamete is basically a sex cell or a reproductive cell. So in chapter number 8 we have discussed about cells, right? We have discussed what is cell, and we have already also discussed about we in our body we have different types of cell. Reproductive cell is also one cell which help to reproduce a new organism, and we call it sex cell or gamete, right? So in asexual reproduction, we need only one gamete, either male or female gamete, right? One single gamete can produce a new individual, right? Like in budding, binary fission occur in amoeba. So amoeba is a single cell, right? It either have male or female gamete, right? So from one gamete, a new amoeba is formed, right? a new daughter amoeba is formed from a parent amoeba. That is called binary fission. We also discussed about budding, right? Budding happen in yeast cell. Yeast is also a single cell organism, and single cell organism reproduce many daughter cells, right? So that is called asexual reproduction, where we need only one gamete or one reproductive cell, you can say, or one sex cell, right? Next one we have sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction we need both the gamete, male and female gamete. Since male gamete, male gametes come from male body and female gametes come from the female body. Male gamete produced by the reproductive part of a male, and female gamete is produced by the reproductive part of a female, right? So we have discussed about male gametes, female gametes, sexual and asexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, what I told you, sexual reproduction, we need two gametes, and these two gametes are fused with each other. The DNA, basically the genes, both the genes, and genes are made up of DNA. Both the DNA fused with each other and form a new cell, right? A new organism, and that is called, so that process is basically happens in sexual reproduction, right? So we have like in cow, buffaloes, human beings, we follow the sexual reproduction, but there are some animals which produce both the gametes, male and female gametes, such as snail, leech, slug. So this kind of animals which produce both the gametes, male and female, both the gametes, such kind of animals we call hermaphrodites, right? So I hope you have understood all the terms which we have discussed so far, and that's it for today now. And in our next class we are going to discuss about the reproductive parts of animals, right? Male reproductive parts and female reproductive part. That's it for today now. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.